Hello students, so welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to study few fruits along with their edible parts. Okay, so now see we have first started with the simple fruits. These are the fruits which are developing from one flower with one flower and syncarpous condition. If many carpels are there, then with syncarpous condition they have been developed. The first example is mango. Biological name is Mangifera indica. It comes into drupe. Drupe fruits are also known as stone fruits and its edible part of the mango is fleshy mesocarp. Second example is coconut. Biological name is Cocos nucifera, which is also a type of a drupe fruit, but its edible part is endosperm. Please, it is very important, learn it carefully. Edible part of coconut is endosperm. Then is the almond. Almond biological name is Prunus amygdalus. It is also a drupe fruit and its edible part is seed. Walnut, which is known as Juglans rakia, which is also a type of a drupe and its edible part is cotyledon. So here actually I have given the 4 examples with respect to the drupe fruits. Is it clear? So these are the 4 examples for the drupe fruits. Now next we have started with the berry. In case of berry, first best example, you always think of the tomato. Biological name is Lycopersicon esculentum, in which you can consume the pericarp and you can consume placenta also. Same with the grapes also. You can consume both pericarp as well as placenta. But date palm which is berry, but you can consume only pericarp. This date is actually a single seeded berry. Phoenix dactylifera is a single seeded berry. Banana, biological name is Musa paradisica, which is also berry type, and its edible part is mesocarp and endocarp. Epicarp, we peel it out. Okay, epicarp, we peel it out. Guava, biological name is Pisidium guajava, and its edible part is your pericarp, placenta, and thalamus. When I'm saying it is thalamus, it means it is inferior ovary. So it is coming from the inferior ovary. Betel nut, which is also berry, in this edible part is seed. Okay, biological names are also given here, so you can learn it. Okay, then your papaya, which is biological name is Carica papaya, which is also berry, in which edible part is again mesocarp and endocarp, and you peel in the outer epicarp, you throw it. Brinjal, which is coming from the family Solanaceae, so biological name is Solanum melongana. It is also a type of berry in which edible part is complete pericarp as well as placenta. So these examples from 5 to 12, these are the examples of berry fruit. Okay, so berry can be with the superior ovary, with the inferior ovary also. They can be with one carpel, they can be with many carpel, but syncarpous condition will be there. Now next is pepo. So when you think of pepo, obviously you have to think of the cucumber, bottle gourd, watermelon, muskmelon. These are the examples of the pepo. So for pepo, these are the 4 examples there. Now biological name of bottle gourd is given. All these biological name, please you can check it. You can learn it also. Now see edible part. In all these pepo, edible part is mesocarp, endocarp and young seed. This is important, please. Young seed is edible part in all pepo fruit. Epicarp, you will peel it out because you know very well in pepo fruit, it is entirely with the inferior ovary. So you are removing epicarp with fused thalamus, which is known as rind. Okay. And in case of cucumber, also in watermelon as well as muskmelon, the young seeds are edible along with mesocarp and endocarp. Now next is your apple and pear. The apple and pear, these are the 2 examples of the pome, and these are the one which are with the false fruit, because the edible part is not an ovary part, it is an thalamus part which is edible. So these are the pome fruits in which the edible part is the fleshy thalamus. Is it clear? Next is orange, which is coming in the husperdium, in which juicy placental hair is edible. Outer epicarp, you peel it out. Mesocarp is sticking to the epicarp, and only edible part is your juicy placental hair, because endocarp makes the partition inside it. Then next is your pomegranate. Pomegranate is only one example, best example of Palausta, in which you are consuming seed coat. And that seed coat, which is outer seed coat, is known as testa. So this you are consuming seed coat. That is why we say parthenocarpy is not possible for pomegranate. So all the fruit up till here, till pomegranate, okay? All these fruits were simple, but they were fleshy fruit. Fleshy, why? Because we can consume one or the other part of the pericarp. Now next is start with the dry, and especially right now these are the dehiscent fruit. These two. First is pea, biological name is Pisum sativum. It's a legume type coming in dry dehiscent, which can dehiscence by both the sutures, dorsal suture as well as ventral suture, and dehiscing will be occurring from the apex to the base. So you are consuming the seed here. Now capsule, which is an example of, sorry, ladyfinger, which is an example of capsule, you consume the whole fruit. So these two are the example of your dry fruit, which are dehiscent fruit. If you want to revise which types of fruits and all these things, so you can check the video of the fruit topic. Now next are the dry indehiscent. All your cereal crops like wheat, rice, maize, barley, these are the one which are belonging to one type of fruit that is known as Caryopsis, in which you are consuming whole fruit. And Caryopsis are those fruit in which pericarp is fused with seed coat. Pericarp plus fused seed coat is there. Clear, beta? Next is your cashew nut, lychee, water chestnut. These are the types of the nut. But here one thing very important. In cashew nut, you are consuming cotyledon and fleshy pedicel. Is it clear? Stalk of the flower is known as pedicel, remember. But in lychee, you are consuming third integument that is known as aril, which is very, very important PMT question. In water chestnut, which is actually known as singhada, it is edible part is seed. So these are the one which are dry and indehiscent. From wheat till water chestnut, we will say they are dry and indehiscent. Clear, beta? Next is your schizocarpic fruit. Schizocarpic fruit example is your Lomentum and Cremocarp. These two are there, which is common. I have discussed only the common example day to day. So groundnut, tamarind and coriander. In groundnut, you are consuming seed, which is type of Lomentum. But in tamarind, you are consuming mesocarp. Clear, beta? And in coriander, you are consuming the entire fruit. This is the one coriander which we use in the kitchen to make the coriander powder. Now, aggregate fruits and composite fruits. Aggregate fruits are also coming from one flower with apocarpous condition. With apocarpous condition. For example, custard apple, biological name is Annona squamosa, edible part is mesocarp and thalamus. Strawberry, Fragaria vesca, edible part is fleshy thalamus and seed. And raspberry is Rubus aedeus, edible part is only thalamus. Now composite fruits develop from inflorescence. They develop from inflorescence. Example is your mulberry, pineapple, jackfruit and fig. Is it clear? So mulberry, all these mulberry, pineapple, jackfruit, they come under one category that is known as sorosis. This comes under Cyconus. So in case of the mulberry, edible part is perianth as well as inflorescence axis also. In case of the pineapple, you are finding its bract also edible. Perianth is there. Pericarp is there as well as inflorescence axis is also edible. In jackfruit, bract, perianth and seed is edible. Please learn here how the differences are there. That will be very important for your competitive point. In case of the fig, which is also known as anjeer, which is a type of a Cyconus, edible part is fleshy receptacle and seed. So I hope this list which I made it for you people so as you can learn what type of fruits, which is the edible part, because in the PMT question, one question is asked from this area. So this video will help you to learn the topic very easily. Thanks for watching.